Hello, good morning. Today I will show you on how the Philippine localized Philippine payroll works. First, we need to create an employee profile. This will be an initial configuration. And after that, fill in the necessary fields for the payroll. It is on the private information under the citizen, the SSS number, the PhilHealth number, the HTMF, and the tax identification number, and other necessary fields for this employee profile. Then after that, if we have now the employee profile, let's create the contract for Sunshine Cruise. Just click the contract at the center and then employee. Then after that, let's set the contract start date. For example, the start date of Sunshine Cruise is on January 1st. Then the structure type is employee, which means when we say employee, these are the monthly rate employees. For worker naman, these are all the daily paid employees. So let's say employee ang structure type ni Sunshine Cruise. Wage type fixed wage. Then semi-monthly ang kanyang schedule pay. Then ang working schedule niya is 40 hours per week or Monday to Friday, regular schedule. When we click this one, may Monday 8 to 12, then may Monday lunch 12 to 13, afternoon 13 to 17. So we can create different working schedule if they have the different schedules. Then work entry source should be on the attendances. Department, administration, job position, kunwari developer. Then the wage is 50,000. And it will automatically compute the daily rate and the hourly rate of the employee depending on the working schedule set to it. So, andito siya yung days per a year and average hour per day. So, dito nakadepende yung daily rate and hourly rate ng employee. Then, let's now save this. And after that, let's go to payroll. Then sa payroll, may contracts view din. Sa contracts, nasa new pa lang ang contract ni Sunshine. So, we can, para makompute ang payslip ni Sunshine, dapat ang status ng contract ay nasa running. Then click save. Then after that, I will just show you the configurations on the payroll side. So sa payroll side, we have the contribution table, the government matrix, the SSS, PhilHealth, Home Development, or the Pag-ibig, and the BRI withholding tax. So dito, di ba every year or every 2 years nag-change yung mga matrix ng government. So pwede lang nilang i-configure dito sa configuration. So for example, itong SSS, ang effectivity nito is 2023. So ito yung matrix niya. Same is true with the PhilHealth. Ayan. 2024. So, pwedeng gumawa ng bagong matrix or archive to and then gawin yung bago. Same is true with the Pag-ibig and the BIR. Ayan. So, yan yung mga configurations. And we have also default configuration for the structures. These are the group computation per employee. Kasi di ba ang employee, iba-iba naman ang computation depende sa type ng employee kung halimbawa rack and file, supervisor, or executive. So kanina napakita ko yung employee which is yung monthly rate structure type. So meron tayo dito default which is yung monthly pay structure at saka yung daily pay structure. So kung na-install yung localized payroll, ito yung mga default. na mga structures na meron tayo. Then under or inside this monthly pay structure is the set of computations. So halimbawa kung may mga ibang structure kayo per employee category, then you can just duplicate this structure, rename it, and then just remove the unnecessary rules because these are the salary rules or the computations on the payroll side. So halimbawa wala namang overtime or wala namang holiday pay yung other structure, you can just duplicate it and then um, remove the unnecessary rules or computations for this one. Kasi halimbawa may mga structure. Kunwari, we have the structure na basic gross net lang. So wala nang other reduction. So we can just remove the other computations here. And then after that, so gagamitin lang natin itong monthly pay structure. So yun yung mga configurations na needed sa payroll. So pag okay naman na siya, then after that, we set the salary attachment. Salary attachments is like, kumbaga may mga or additional na mga earnings or additional na mga or deductions sa employee, dito natin siya ilalagay sa salary attachments. Kumbaga itong 50,000 may additional pa siya, kunwari allowances. Pwede nating ilagay dito sa salary attachment. So let's say, ang employee si Sunshine Cruz, then sabihin natin na ito is allowance taxable. Allowance taxable siya. Then ang description niya is travel allowance, transportation allowance. Then ang type niya is halimbawa binibigay siya monthly or kung monthly na, for example, may 1,000 siya per month or daily, nakadepende sa attendance niya. So, pwede natin gawing day. Halimbawa, ang per day niya is 10 pesos depende sa kung pinasok niya or hindi. So, on this part, pwede natin gawing monthly lang. So, parang meron siyang additional na transportation allowance na 1,000. So, kung semi-monthly ang payment, ang scheduled pay, so it will be divided into two. First cut-off is 500, second cut-off is 500 also. Then ang start date niya is kung kailan din siya nag-start ng contract niya or for example, meron lang siyang transportation allowance after ng regularization niya so we can set the start date of those attachments, salary attachment. So in this case, sabihin natin na upon hire yung employee, meron na siyang transportation allowance on January 1st, then click save. Then after that, it is running na. So, running na yun. Then, kumbaga meron din siyang other pang attachment na ito other earnings kasi or addition sa kanyang sahod. So, bali meron siyang loans. Kumbaga, Sunshine Cruise. Ayan. Then, ang type niya is deduction. About deduction ng taxable. So, hindi siya taxable kasi SSS loan lang naman siya or ano siya, basta made-deduct siya sa kanyang sahod. Sabihin natin SSS loan. Then, ang monthly niya, so, ganun din, 1,000. So, kung 1,000 yan, and then deduction siya, so less 500 on the first cut-off and less 500 on the second cut-off. Then, semester, meron siya on the January 1st. Then, click save. So, running na yung mga attachments. So, dito sa sample natin, meron tayong transportation allowance na attachment sa payslip ni employee at saka meron din tayong SSS loan. Then after that, we can create na the payslip but before that, we can add the attendances of the employee. So, let's say, ang i-run natin na payslip niya is from January 1st or the month of January, so dalawang cut-off, January 1 to 15 and January 16 to 31. So dito meron lang akong available na files na pwede nating i-upload. Pwede tayong mag-create new dito. Ayan. Then, ano yun natin sa Sunshine Cruise. Sabihin natin January 1st. Then, ang schedule niya is 8 to 17 or 8 to 5. Then, ang working schedule, ayun. And then, so makikita niyo yung valid working hours is 8 hours. Then, click save. Then, pwede din natin siyang, para hindi mahirapan, pwede natin siyang i-import yung mga attendances niya. So, we can do that like, export muna natin to yung na-create natin. Then, employee, click lang to. Employee XLS lang, then check-in, check-out, export. Then, yan. So, pwede na tayong gumawa ng, for example, hanggang 31st na attendance niya. Then we can just import it para hindi na tayo gawa ng gawa or create ng save. After that, we can just import the attendance of the employee. Upload file, attendance. So, ayan, test. So everything seems valid, then we can just import it. Okay. So meron na siyang attendance. Kung pupunta tayo sa overview, and then this one is February, we can just adjust it on per month. This is the Gantt chart. Then this is February. Scroll to the next. So ayan. So meron siyang attendances. Ito na yung mga attendances niya. Kung makikita niyo may mga grade, ano lang dito. Gray, mapo-show na gray, meaning wala siyang wala siyang working schedule dito pero pumasok siya. So, pwede nating alisin to. Remove, remove, remove. Ayan. Kunwari, remove na lang natin. Then after that, we can run the payslip na of the employee. So we can go to the payroll. We can create a payslip individually to create. Pwede tayo mag-create individual. Then select the employee. And then set the period from January 1st to 15. So this one is the, let's say, first cut-off. So ayan, ang attendance niya ayan. And then nakikita nyo yung other inputs or yung salary attachments na ginawa natin is nandito na. So may transportation allowance and deduction ng taxable na 510. Ayan. So this is individual na individual na computation. We can save this and then compute sheet. Then on the salary computation, lalabas na dito yung um, computation niya. So may basic siya sa 50,000 yung ano niya. So semi-monthly ang payment, basic niya is 25. May transportation allowance. Oops, sorry. Mali lang itong transportation allowance natin. So dapat positive. Dito, pwede nating makikita kung bakit siya nag-negative. Punta lang tayo sa configuration, then rules. Then, search natin taxable allowance, group by salary structure. So, nandito siya. So, itong si taxable allowance natin, mali lang ang pag-configure. So, naka-negative siya, kaya negative ang input niya. So, we can just remove that. Then, click save. Then, let's say, balik tayo sa payroll. Then, we'll just compute sheet. Then after that, ang taxable niya is earnings na. So 25 plus 500 na allowance, then 25,500 less the deductions, SSS, PhilHealth, HDMF, withholding tax, then yung loans niya na 500, then net salary. Then this one is the company contributions, HDMF ER, PhilHealth ER, and SSS ER. So after that, we can validate also kung ano yung bakit may yung mga attachments. So we can click this and then we can validate also the attendances. Ayan, ito yung attendances niya sa period na to. Then if everything seems okay, then you can confirm, and then when you confirm that, a automatic email will be sent to the employee with the payslip of the employee. Ayan. So, for example, meron tayong overtime. Overtime. Ito is straightforward lang, walang overtime, walang absences sa employee, wala lahat. So, sa overtimes naman, pwede tayong pumunta dito sa approvals, then overtime request. Click new request, then select employee, owner, then for example, si Sunshine Cruz is the owner also, I employee. So, yung nag-request, kunwari ako kasi may mga company, kasi enterprise tayo, pwedeng isa lang yung nagfa-file ng request, ganun, may isang user lang, then pwede kung sino si employee. And for example, meron akong period from, nag-overtime ako ng Friday, January 3, from 17 or alas 5 ng hapon up until 20. 17 to 20. Then overtime type natin is overtime hours lang or the regular hours. This is the regular hours. So, meron tayong 3 hours na overtime. Then we can set the approvers. So, dito, pwede natin sa configuration naman ng approval types. Papakita ko na lang. Pwedeng isi-set natin yung overtime request kung sino yung mga approvers natin. Halimbawa, employees manager or pwedeng magdagdag pa kung sino. So in this one, ang nilagay na approver is, kunwari ako. Ako lang din yung approver. Kasi parang filing lang naman to ng leave set. Then after that, when we go to submit, we submit it. Kasi ako yung approver, then I can actually approve that. So approve. Then when we go to the payroll, then sa work entries, dito yung makikita yung mga work entries din ng employee. So, ayan. Remove lang the conflicting one. So, Sunshine Cruise, ayan. So, mayroon akong, ito yung mga work ko, parang attendances ko. And then, ito naman is yung overtime ko. Overtime ni Sunshine Cruise. So, makikita mo siya dito na nag-overtime siya. So, pwede nating i-edit or ano. So, 3 hours. Meron siyang 3 hours na overtime. Then, ayan. Balik lang tayo sa contract, sa payslip niya. Then we can just recompute this. So, halimbawa kasi, ang filing niya is nahuli ang filing tapos nakakompute na ng payslip. So, we can just change the date para maisali, then change back. So, makikita nyo dito, meron siyang overtime hours na 3 hours with 215 na amount. Then, click Save, Compute Sheet. Then, after that, nandito na yung overtime niya, mapupunta. Let's say, mayroon naman tayong another overtime na rest day, pumasok siya nung rest day. So, approvals naman, yung request, then Sunshine Cruise, overtime request, and then pumasok siya on the Saturday ng 11 na lang. Pumasok siya kunwari, 11, Saturday. From 8 to um from 8 to 17. So meron siyang 9 hours na overtime. So kunwari nasali na lang din yung lunchtime niya. So 9 hours talaga. Pero kung i-remove ang lunchtime niya, so you just need the request should be separated into two. So the period should be 8 to 12 and then 13 to 17 para hindi masasali yung 1 hour lunch. So dito, kunwari, pumasok siya or sabihin na lang natin 8 hours lang din. 16 hanggang 16 lang para 8 hours din. Ang overtime type niya is rest day hours. Then click save, submit. Then same procedure, balik tayo sa payroll. Then work entries. Tingnan natin sa work entries niya on the January. Remove the conflicting one. Ah, approve pa yun. Sorry, hindi ko ata na-approve. Let's go back here. Manager, all approvals. Ito ba yun? Mali. Um, parang mali ata yung nagawa ko kanina. Okay, mali. Hindi si Sunshine Cruz ang nagawan ko kanina. So let's go back. Another new request. Then employee Sunshine Cruz, overtime request, overtime type is rest day from January 11th from 8 to January 11th from 8 to 16 or 4 p.m. para 8 hours. Then submit. Oops, cancel. Mali yung naging approver kanina. Hold on. I will just change the approver type. Gagawin ko na lang na ang lahat ng approver ay si administrator. Approvals, new requests, let's say Sunshine Cruz from 11, 8 to 16. Overtime type is rest day hours, then approver, sinaset kong ako, then submit, then I can approve now. Same is true kung ganun din kapag pumasok sila or may holiday hours sila na pumasok sila on the holiday. Ganun din yung gagawin natin. I-apply natin or file natin on the overtime request as holiday regular or holiday special. Then after that, go back to the payroll. Then payslips or work entries. Then January. So kita nyo dito on the 11th, I have a rest day hours. Then go back to the payslip, Sunshine Cruise, and then let's regenerate again the work days. Just change the date and change back. So nakikita nyo dito meron na siyang rest day hours, 689. Click save. Compute sheet. Then salary computation, nandito na din yung rest day pay niya. Ayan. Ganun din ang mangyayari sa mga holidays or regular, so they just need to file it. And then after that, kung ba halimbawa si Sunshine Cruz may mga late, undertime, and kunwari absent sa araw, then we can just go to the work entries. And then dito, makikita naman natin. So pupunta tayo sa attendances. attendances muna, month, and then let's say January. So kumbaga nag-absent siya ng 15, so we just remove this one. Okay? So 15, and then let's go to the payroll. Dito sa work entries, kung sino yung parang nagta-time, ano yun, nagta-time checking. So he can just check this one, and makikita niya na walang attendance on the 15th. So pwede niyang gagawan ng work entry, just clicking this one. And then work entry type should be absences. And then 8 hours from 9 to 17, kunwari. And then save close. So meron na siyang red dyan, ibig sabihin meron na siyang absences. Okay. So we can go back again to payslip and then regenerate the work entry. Same process, change the date and then revert. So makikita nyo meron siyang absent na 1 day or 8 hours, 2,298. Click Save, Compute Sheet. Same is true dito, absences, 2,298. So na-deduct na siya sa absences. Ayan, deductions na siya. Then halimbawa lates, paano naman kung may late tayo? Ganun din, punta tayo sa attendances. Kung makikita natin si Sunshine Cruz sa overview, per day or per week. Tapos on January, makikita natin 8 hours, 8 hours. Then halimbawa, per month, nakita ko na on the, sabihin natin on the 10th, sabihin natin ito yung week. On the 10th, January 12, January 5 to 11. On the 10th, hindi siya naka 8 hours. Kumbaga, pumasok siya or na-late siya ng 1 hour, pumasok na siya ng 9. So, ang valid work hours is 7. 7 close. So, makikita natin 7. So, 7 hours lang to. Then, on the generation or the payslip, on the payroll side, payroll, so work entries niya, then by the month of January, nakita niya dito. Asan na ba yun? Anong date niya yun? Eto, kunwari, dito na lang, na-edit natin. So, bale, ang computation ng absences and lates, um, we are working on it na parang pag mayroon siyang absences and lates is automatically mapupunta na rin siya dito sa work entry as absent and late niya. So, halimbawa dito sa 10, pumasok lang siya ng 9. 9 to 12. So, may 3 hours siya. So, parang gagawa na lang tayo ng work entry niya. Si employee, Sunshine Cruz. Then, on the 10th, click na lang natin dito. Absent, late siya. Tardy hours. So, from 9 or from 8 to 9 ang tardy hours niya or late. 1 hour siya, then click save. So, yan. So, meron siyang tardy na isa. Then, same procedure, payslip. Pero dapat, the normal process naman is dapat nakalatag na yung mga work entries ni employee bago tayo magra-run. So, ginagawa ko lang to kasi late yung mga filings natin sa mga work entries natin or sa mga attendances. So, pero pag okay naman na yung mga work entries, then we can just create a payslip. Yeah. 16, 15. So, may 30 hours siya. So, 1 hour. Yan, save. So, kunwari, yun nga, yung sinabi ko kanina na, delete lang muna natin 'to. Sinabi ko kanina na nakalatag na, then we will just generate, then we can just use the batches, generation per batch. For example, new, ayan, meron akong batch dito. First, January 16, sorry, January 1 to 15, first cut off. Set to draft muna natin, then generate payslip. Then we can just remove the ones that we don't want to generate. Kumbaga, halimbawa ito kasi ang merong contract lang si Sunshine Cruz, so siya lang generate ko. Pero kung per batch, then all of the employee will be automatically nandito sa drop down, and you can just remove kung sino yung mga hindi kasali. Then generate. Then after that, makikita mo na yung payslip niya dito. Ayan. So andito na lahat, nakalatag na. So computed na din siya. Then, for example, on the second cut off also, or we can just validate this. Validate. Then dito, done na rin siya kasi na-validate na natin. Then after that, next batch, sample is 16 to 31. Generate payslip. This is second cut off. Generate lang natin si Sunshine Cruz. Generate. Ayan. Check lang natin. So dito walang other na mga walang other na mga work entries. Kaya yung attendance lang niya at saka yung salary attachments. So ayun. Same. Bali yung government deductions pala natin is deducted siya every cut-off. So 50% on the first cut-off and then 50% on the second cut-off. Para hindi siya yung same sa manual processing ng ibang payroll na parang siya, iniisa nila sa second or iniisa nila sa first cut-off or hindi siya real time. Kumbaga, yung deductions mo ngayong month is yun yung deduction mo dapat nung December. So para maging real time, ginawa namin na siya na uh, per cut-off yung deduction ng government. Then yan, after that, let's validate. Yeah. So we can check also ang to pay. Wala nang to pay kasi done na lahat. So dito makikita natin all pay slips. So meron tayong January 1 to 15, then 16 to 31. So ito na. Ito na siya. Then after that, meron tayong mga reportings dito. We have the salary attachment report. So ito yung mga attachment niya ni employee. So we can you can filter it out per payslip date for January, for example, January lang. January lang siya. So ito lang yung maglalabas. Then meron din tayong Social Security System, current month. Hindi tayo sa current month, doon tayo sa ito. Sabihin natin na previous month. So 1350, 1750. So you can just download this one. Then yun yung pwede nating i-feed sa SSS. Same is true with the PhilHealth. Ayan. Employer and employee share. Then Pag-ibig. Filter lang natin kung anong month yung gusto natin, or we can just add custom filter. O for example, from January 1 to 15 na yung gusto nyo i-generate. So everything is just the basic filtering or group by in the Odoo. So 200, 200, ayan. So you can just also cascade this one. Kung gusto nyong per department, ganun din, may group department per So depende na lang. Then same is true with withholding tax. Withholding tax, kung i-pivot natin, ayan. So ito yung list view. Ayan, meron na yung PIN niya, yung department, start date. Ito naman yung pivot view. So ayan. Same is true with the payroll bank summary. Ito, pwede tayong mag-ano ng bank summary. Halimbawa, previous month. Ayan. previous month is January 1st, then yung pivot niya, wala kasi tayo nalagay na bank and account number. This is to be configured in the employee module. Kung anong bank and bank number and view the pivot. So ito yung net pay niya on the whole month. So for example, I just want to generate the half month. So pwede niyong gawin dito, add custom filter lang. So yan yung net pay niya or the payroll bank summary. Then, yan lang yung mga reporting natin. Then papakita ko na din yung parang view or the PDF na matatanggap ni employee. So matatanggap ni employee once confirmed is automatic email with the attached PDF on it. Like this. This is the attached PDF. Ayan. So this is the PDF format. So for the payslip format, it should be different per company. So this is just the general format for the payroll localization. Pero kung may mga specific kind of format, then that should be a customization. So I think that's it for the payroll localization payroll of the Philippines for the Auto Enterprise. If you have any questions, just ping me a message on WhatsApp or on the email or on the Facebook account, OSIG Solutions. Thank you.